Hi everybody and welcome to the latest update on Blackwood N-Gauge layout. The camera is currently pointing at the road bridge, which I've been working on over the last number of weeks, and as you can probably guess, the road bridge is in actual fact now complete. If I actually zoom in, so as you can see, it's been white lined along the top. We've got a Belisha beacons and a crossing, pedestrian crossing. I've put in the street lights there. There's one there and there's another one there. Now the street lights there are wired up, they're all working. The Belisha beacons, they do work, although they're not currently wired because I require a smooth 12 volt supply to actually make them work properly. I did have them connected to my Gauge Master D controller, and all that happens is they don't flash. The lights simply come on and they stay static. There is on the actual instructions in small lettering that does actually say that they won't work properly on a train controller. So I will need to look for another way of controlling them. They do work if you put I had a spare 9 volt battery, and when you connect them to the 9 volt battery, the Belisha beacons, they do in actual fact flash on and off. The bridge itself, as you can see, it's had quite a lot of bushes and things added on to it, and it's the same on the other side where the signal box is temporarily located. If I come back to the rock face, now the rock face required obviously finishing off all the way along the bottom, so as you can see it's been finished right the way along. We've got all the bushes are all in, and we've then got these small ribbons between these running lines here. So again, as you can see, bushes have been put in. Got speed restriction signs, go in a wee bit, yep, speed restriction signs. We've got some redundant rail, the odd sleeper or two, obviously the ubiquitous orange cable trunking underneath the track, bushes just come back to there. And then again, if I zoom out, again this larger area again between the outside running lines and the 2 running lines there, again raised up slightly, built some retaining walls. I came across some very old Metcalf grey brick card, so mounted that onto some foam board, and then simply filled in between the 2 walls. I just filled it in with newspaper and then covered it with mod rock. I had some rocks, odd rocks left over, so again put them in, and today I've planted quite a number of trees to make it quite sort of wooded, quite a wooded area. So that's the last of the bridges complete. This area here, as I say, is now complete right the way across, and if I now come back, you will now see, in I think my last video I was actually mentioning that this track here, it's not ballasted, that I wanted to move the point, so I've actually started working on that today. So if I come around this way, hopefully I can explain anybody who's not seen this before. Try and it's very tight in here, probably need to zoom out. There we go. Okay, so if I come up this way, you can see the indentations where the track was. Now this track here, there wasn't a problem. It curved round quite nicely onto the curved point. The problem was this track here. The distance from the end of this point here, and if I come back round to here, because this is where the point used to end, it was very short, and I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but you can probably see from the indentations here, it was a very tight turn. When you looked at the track from this angle, it looked alright, but if you were standing over there in the middle and looking this way, it drove me to distraction because it really looked lousy, to be quite honest with you. So what I've done is this small piece of track here was about 3 times the length, and what I've done is I've cut it back. As you can see, obviously sleepers are missing, sleepers are still to go in, and that means this point here, if you like, this end point here, instead of finishing up here, it's now finishing back there. So that will allow a slightly more gentle curve to come from the end of this point here round onto it. So shouldn't take me too long. The track, as I say, is all up. I've managed to cut into the existing track here. I had a small Dremel type drill, so I was able to cut through, remove a couple of the sleepers from underneath, and trim off all the flash. So I've already tested it, so the fish plates will actually go back on there, so that shouldn't be a problem. Once this bit is back in, what I will then do is I will finish off this siding here, which will probably just swing round to round about where all this mess that you're currently seeing. Now, the one thing you were probably wondering why there's a point motor sitting on the top here. That is because, if I move that out of the way, this point, the reason this point wasn't probably put in this position when I did this about, what, a year and a half ago, was because, as you can see all these join lines here. This here is the corner of the original baseboard. These boards here are extension pieces that were put on. So right underneath here there is a leg holding the baseboard up. Therefore I can't drill and put a point motor in. So I'm going to have a surface mounted point motor with the accessory switch on the top. And then what will happen is there will probably be some sort of walling coming down here, and this will be hidden. You won't see the point motor. The point motor will be hidden, and that's how I will get control of this point. That's really it for just now. I don't really think there's much more to tell you. If I come back along here, I think in my last video I was actually talking about Blackwood Station, and I do have some plans mulling about in my head that there may be some changes here. As you can see, there are 7 platforms. I think I said in the last video, the 2 bay platforms here and the bay platform over here don't get them a lot of use, so I'm thinking of connecting these up to make another passing loop. I'm also thinking about removing this platform altogether, platform 7, because the trains don't really stop at it all that much, nor do they stop very much at platform 6. All the trains stop at these 2 platforms here and occasionally into the bay platform. So I've got a few ideas mulling about in my head. So once this area over here has been completed, and as you can see, there's not a huge amount left to do down here. I will probably turn my attention to the front board, and that will then be the final part of the layout, because the layout will then technically be built. The entire layout will be scenic right the way around all 4 boards, to basically to my own satisfaction. So as I say, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video if it's been of any interest to you, and I'll catch you sometime soon. Cheers, thanks.